Technology is evolving, and so too its impact on the world of stroke care.
And a discussion with experts in the field of stroke nursing and stroke imaging. It's time for another exciting and educational day at ISC 2022.
I'm Kara Moore with ASA TV, back at the New Orleans Convention Center for the International Stroke Conference 2022. Starting the day with new information from the AHA on marijuana and its effect on brain health. A recent AHA scientific statement highlighted the effect of recreational and medicinal marijuana on cardiovascular health, and this session explored those effects as well as the impact of marijuana use on brain health and cognition.
With the rapid pace of legalization of marijuana in our country, it's going to be important for stroke researchers and practitioners to have an understanding of some of the basic questions that are still left to be explored.
It's time to give out some hardware. The Stroke Council honored the recipients of their travel grants for underrepresented racial and ethnic groups and honored the awardee of the Bernard J. Tyson Career Development Award.
I'm actually super grateful to have this grant because without this money, I would not have been able to come here in person, and I have not been to a conference since 2018. And I'm a fifth-year PhD student, so I'm trying to finish up, and I haven't really had the opportunity to talk about my research with a large audience and prepare for my dissertation defense. So being here means a lot to me.
Not only does this award provide me with an amazing mentor who's involved in the type of work that I'm interested in, she also is available to ask me questions, answer my questions all the time, which is awesome.
The COVID-19 pandemic brought telehealth front and center and changed the medical field. Speakers discussed how we can help those without easy internet access and improve telestroke and telemedicine opportunities for those in rural areas.
We've been using telehealth in the stroke world for over 2 decades, and so now the expansion into the outpatient setting into clinics is just going to make specialty care more accessible to more patients.
Members packed into Hall D for Thursday's main event, opening with the Thomas Willis Award Lecture. This award recognizes contributions to the investigation and management of stroke in basic science. Right after that was the ISC Outstanding Stroke Research Mentor Award Lecture. This award recognizes the outstanding achievements in the mentoring of future generations of researchers in the field of cerebrovascular diseases.
We need more mentorship to keep improving the public health to develop the next generation. I have truly benefited from mentorship myself. Dr. Clark Haley was mentioned yesterday by Karen Johnston, and I would echo her strong endorsement of him as a mentor who shaped my career.
Attendees left the main event and took time to check out the exhibit hall in Hall C, with a chance to make new connections and catch up with old ones here in New Orleans.
It's been amazing. I'm learning so much. I'm seeing all my team's faces and all their accolades, and being able to spend this wonderful and distinguishing time with them. It's been rewarding.
When you come to the ISC in person, it's different because you have to network with people, talk to people about your research, get involved exactly in what people are doing. In that way, you can better get people to understand what you've done, what your work is about, and also to get to work with them and move forward in your research.
It's been a fantastic and an amazing experience. Just a wealth of information, so much so that I don't want it to end, but at the same time I'm eager to get home and go through everything.
We take a look back into the virtual world at ISC 2022. Members brought their questions to some of the best in the field of stroke nursing and stroke imaging for another round of Meet the Expert sessions.
Stroke units, in fact, were the very first thing proven to improve the outcomes of patients if you include specialty trained and educated staff on those units. We found that only 31% of hospitals even have a stroke unit. And of places that don't have a stroke unit, 61% of them don't even have assigned beds that are designated just for strokes.
I think in an ideal world, if you could put a patient straight into an MR scanner and not have to worry about screening them for metal implants and how unstable they might be in terms of observing them in a deep dark tunnel. We use CT as our workhorse. It's quite good in that what we use at an academic teaching hospital is exactly the same as what we use in our tiny rural hospitals run by family physicians.
An afternoon stroke journal session focused on the vascular contributions to brain health. This session addressed vascular brain health from multiple angles, such as epidemiological risk factors, social determinants, and candidate treatments. It offered members different approaches and collaborations that will be needed to launch us toward improved brain health and successful aging. A chance for teams of attendees to put their stroke knowledge to the test. A themed game show in Hall D pitting members against one another in the Game of Strokes. It's been an amazing return to in-person learning, networking, and much more at the 2022 International Stroke Conference. We hope you'll join us again next year for ISC 23 from the Lone Star State. We'll see you in Dallas, Texas. For ASA TV, I'm Kara Moore.
Thank you again for joining us on ASA TV for the 2022 International Stroke Conference. I'm Trey Johnson. Here's a look at more of the excitement taking place here in New Orleans this week.
Wonderful to have the live meeting back again, because no virtual meeting would ever replace the live one. It's great to, be back together with colleagues and, brainstorm about things.
It is so good to be back doing the science in person. Meeting all the colleagues has been so wonderful. We've all had our losses in the past couple of years, but we're back at it, learning again. And thanks to AHA and the committee for organizing such a smooth conference that even though we are masked up, it's made it really easy for us to interact with everyone.